Welcome to this session. I hope you remember the previous session. So this is the third session in this Unit 1 Reading A. So it's about the doctor. Okay, name of the lesson is the snake. And the mirror. Okay, the snake and the mirror. That's the name of the story. We started this already. We are almost halfway in the lesson. I hope you remember this. Okay. So in the last session we talked about the decisions taken by the doctor as he was enjoying his mood. It was a quite enjoying mood. Suddenly, you know what happened? Sometimes the situation gets changed. With such thoughts in my mind, I resumed my seat in the chair in front of the table. It's in page number 4. There were no sounds from above. It's in the last paragraph. Okay. Suddenly, there came a dull thud. So, a few meanings are there which are not there in the glossary. I'm just trying to explain this. Okay. So, thud is nothing but as if a rubber object or something falls on the ground. Okay, that is known as a, okay, it's given there. Suddenly there came a dull thud as if a rubber tube had fallen to the ground. Surely nothing to worry about because he is like familiar with the sound. Suddenly, sometimes there is a noise. He knows what is that noise. Rats will be moving there on the beams, and sometimes they fell down, and there will be a sound. It's quite common for him. So that's what he's saying. Surely nothing to worry about. Even so, I thought I would turn around and take a look. Anyhow, he thought there is nothing to worry. But anyhow, let me have a look what happened behind me. Just turn back. No sooner had I turned than a fat snake wriggled over the back of the chair and landed on my shoulder. So no sooner had I turned. So no sooner is a grammatical expression used to explain two situations in the past. Two situations in the past. One happened, one action happened, and very soon another action also taken place. So here, no sooner had I turned than a fat snake wriggled over the back of the chair and landed on my shoulder. So a huge snake, it was very fat. So that's why he was thinking about a fat wife, but he got a fat snake now. Snake fell on his shoulder, and the snake's landing on me and my turning were simultaneous. So it's simultaneous, almost at the same time. The snake landing on his shoulder and he like turning. The both actions happened at the same time. I didn't jump, I didn't tremble. So there is no chance for him. I didn't cry out. He didn't jump, he didn't tremble. Tremble means fear, okay? Shake with fear. I didn't tremble, I didn't cry out. There was no time to do any such a thing. There was no time at all to do such a thing there. The snake slithered along my shoulder. So another word here, slither. Okay, slither. The snake slithered along my shoulder and coiled around my left arm above the elbow. Let me explain this. Okay, the slither means nothing but moved or glided. The snake landed on his shoulder and suddenly, you know what happened? Slowly the snake slithered. Slowly it started moving along my shoulder, this is shoulder, and coiled around my left arm. So left arm, coiled, started coiling, okay? Coiling around his left arm above the elbow. So this is elbow. Above the elbow means this part, okay? Snake coiled itself on his shoulder, on his arm. The hood was spread out and its head was hardly 3 or 4 inches from my face. Hood. Okay, hood is nothing but the snake Okay, the snake when it opens. Okay, the snake when it opens. It's at number 12 in glossary. A hood-like structure on the head of a snake. It's nothing but snake will be something like this. When it starts opening, okay, it extends that part, head. That is known as hood. Was spread out and its head was hardly 3 or 4 inches from my face. It was just hardly 3 or 4 inches from my face. It would not be correct to say merely that I sat there holding my breath. He didn't even take his breath, because the small or minute action may harm him. So I was turned to stone. Turned to stone. He became like a stone, a statue. No movement, just standing there, because the snake was very close to him. As the snake was very close to him, so there was no chance. A slight movement may put him in danger, so that's why it's been there. But my mind was very active. Mind was active inside. Okay, it was very active. So what to do? How to escape from this situation? The door opened into darkness. So there was a door, and that door opened into darkness. He can just run, but there is no chance. The room was surrounded by darkness. The light of the lamp, I sat there like a stone image in the flesh. Stone image in the flesh, you might have seen outside. Okay, on the circles, we see Gandhiji's image in the stone image. Then Ambedkar or YSR or any other people, great people who have achieved something in their lives. Their stone images are kept. So in the same way, what is he saying? I sat there like a stone image in the flesh. But he is flesh. Okay, he is flesh, but he is not stone. But he acted as if he is a stone image. I felt then the great presence of the creator of this world and this universe. There are two things in the universe. One is the creation. Okay, one is the creation. Another is the creator. Another is the creator. Whatever things are there in the creation, that comes under creation. And these all the things are created by the creator. It means that creator means here is nothing but God. Okay, God. I felt then the great presence of the creator. People remember the creator. Okay, people remember the creator when they are in trouble. People remember God when they are in trouble. Otherwise, they won't think about God or creator. They use all the things in the creation, but they forget the creator. God was there. Now, why can't he say like that? Okay, definitely he has to say this. Suppose I said something and he did not like it. For example, we keep proposals to God. Okay, God, I want to pass in first class. If God is impressed by your prayer, then definitely you will pass. And if there is your hard work behind this, I'm not just saying pray to God and you'll get it. Pray to God, do your work, your part, then you'll get it. So suppose I said something and he did not like it. What is the thing he's going to say now? What is his important petition now? Is he going to ask now, God, I want a wife who is well educated, who is beautiful, something like that? No, he is not going to ask now, because now he is in bad need of escaping from the situation. Definitely he is going to ask them. So if I say, God, please help me and save me from this snake, and God said no, sometimes God says no, then what happens? I tried in my imagination to write in bright letters outside my little heart the words, oh God. Please say, oh God, what is going to happen now? People, that's what I am saying, people remember God when they are in trouble. When they are happy, they won't remember. So when he was happy, he was saying, I was bachelor, I was a doctor, I am so and so. These are the positive things, I am eligible bachelor. He said many things about him. But now he understood. Only God can help him. There was some pain in my left arm. There was some pain because the snake has coiled itself tightly. So there is some pain. It was as if a thick leaden rod, no, a rod made of molten fire was slowly but powerfully crushing my arm. A rod made of molten fire, a fresh rod. Okay, when that iron is heated, made into liquid, and then poured into a mold like a rod, and now it is too hot. Such kind of rod, if that rod is placed, okay, crushing my arm in that way, it means that there was a severe pain. Okay, there was a severe pain. The arm was beginning to be drained of all strength. What could I do? It's as if all the strength, or it's given there, beginning to be drained of all strength. So all the strength is drained from my hand, and I feel that now it's not useful for me. It means that hand is not now supporting him. He cannot use it now. At my slightest movement, the snake would strike me. The slightest movement, just a small movement. For example, the snake is very close to him, spreading its foot. Just a small movement. Definitely it may strike him and he may be in trouble. At my slightest movement, the snake would strike me. Death lurked 4 inches away. So, lurked is nothing but lie about or waiting. Death is waiting for him just 2 or 3 inches away. So 4 inches away. Just 4 inches away, death is waiting for him. It means he is very close to his death now. Suppose it struck. What was the medicine I have to take? So what was the medicine I have to take? These things are just going on in his mind. That's what he said. I became a stone image. But my mind was very active. Now he started thinking, what kind of medicine he had to take? There were no medicines in the room. That's what he said, because he started his medical practice just now. There are no medicines. I was but a poor, foolish, and stupid doctor. I am a bachelor. I am a doctor. I am handsome. I want to look more smart. I want to keep my smile. What happened to all these things? These were just imaginations. And now he came to the reality. What is he saying is, I was but a poor, foolish, and stupid doctor. He accepted. I forgot my danger and smiled feebly at myself. So he is smiling at himself, saying that you cannot do anything. No. Okay, you are a foolish, you are a stupid. It seemed as if God appreciated that. God liked this. That's what he's saying. What is that? When he accepts that he is a foolish, he is stupid doctor. The snake turned its head. Slowly the snake turned its head. It looked into the mirror and saw its reflection. So slowly the snake was looking at this man. Slowly it turned its hood and now it started looking into the mirror, okay, in which he was looking. And slowly, I do not claim that it was the first snake that had ever looked into a mirror. Snakes might have looked into the mirror, I don't know. I am not saying this is the first one. Okay? But it was certain that the snake was looking into the mirror. He was certain, he was sure that the snake was looking into the mirror. Was it admiring its own beauty? Now started again his real nature. He started making fun of the snake now. Was it admiring its own beauty like I was doing, okay, before the snake landed on him? Was it trying to make an important decision about growing a mustache? Anyway, have you heard snakes grow mustache? Or using eyeshadow and mascara. Mascara is given in glossary, a substance put on eyelashes to make them look dark and thick, and eyelashes. Okay? Vermilion spot is nothing but bindi on his forehead. Is the snake going to do all these things now? And I did not know anything for certain. It's not sure, but just imagination. What sex was the snake? Was it male or female? Who is bothered about this? This man is funny. Okay? This man really is a stupid doctor. He is talking about the snake, whether it is male or female. Who knows it? I will never know. For the snake unwound, coiled first, and now unwound. Slowly it releases, and slowly, you know what happened? From my arm, and slowly slithered into my lap. Okay, it's nothing but This part is known as lap. So slowly the snake from here, it was slowly slithered on his shoulder, then coiled itself on his left arm here, and slowly now unwound itself and fell on his lap. And from there, you know what happened? From there it crept onto the table and moved towards the mirror. So there was a table just before him, he was sitting there. And slowly the snake fell on him, slowly slithered now onto the lap, and from there it started moving towards the table. Okay, there was a table. You can see that in the picture. And from there actually there was a mirror. The snake wanted to enjoy its image. Perhaps it wanted to enjoy its reflection at closer quarters. Maybe closer. The snake wants to have a close look. I was no mere image cut in granite. Now I was no mere image cut in granite. It's also given there here. A statue, we can say. Okay, it's nothing but the doctor no longer stood like a statue. I was suddenly a man of flesh and blood. Suddenly I became a man of flesh and blood now. Still holding my breath, I got up from the chair. I quietly went out through the door into the veranda. So it all happened in a fraction of a second. Just happened. Like so suddenly he got up from the chair, and then from there he went out through the veranda. He went out of the home. From there I leapt into the yard and ran for all I was worth. From there he started running. Okay, as far he could run. Then suddenly there was an expression here. Few is nothing but an expression. Okay, an expression used. It is interjection actually. Okay, it's used when you are relieved from any danger. Okay, then he said few. Each of us heaved a sigh of relief. There was some relief. All the people who were listening to the story, they also said few, and there was some relief. Oh, now all of us lit BDs. Somebody asked, Doctor, is your wife very fat? You said in the story that you wanted a wife who is very fat. Is your wife very fat now? Then the doctor said no. The doctor said, God willed otherwise. My will was to have a fat wife, but God's will was otherwise. And God gave me a thin, reedy person. My life companion is a thin, reedy person with a gift of a sprinter. She is very thin. Okay, she is very thin. He wanted fat wife, but now she is very thin. And reedy person. Reedy means here in the glossary, not pleasant. She is not so beautiful. And one more gift. Okay, she has a gift. What was that gift? She was a sprinter. Sprinter means a good runner. Okay, he wanted a fat wife so that she could not run. But now she is very thin and she is extraordinary in running. She got extraordinary talent in running also. So that's why man proposes, God disposes. Someone else asked, Doctor, when you ran, did the snake follow you? You started running, did the snake follow you? Who knows that? The doctor replied, I ran till I reached my friend's house. I don't know whether the snake followed me or not. It remained there. I don't know anything. But one thing, what I knew was, I ran until I reached my friend's house. Immediately, I smeared oil all over myself and took a bath. So, I applied oil all over my body because a lot of pain was there in my hand and I was tense to relieve that. Just applied, smeared means to apply. Applied oil all over my body and took bath. Immediately, the next morning, at about 8:30, I took my friend and one or two others to my room to move my things from there. So next morning I went to my room at 8:30 in the morning. I took my friend and one or two others to move my things from there. Few things were there like suitcase, some other things were there in the room. It means that he has taken a decision not to stay in the room now after that experience. Okay, after that experience we had in the previous night, now he has decided, let me not remain there. Okay, but we found we had little to carry. There were only few things to carry there. But what happened? Some thief had removed most of my things. As he ran, he did not close the door. Okay, the door was open. He ran until he reached his friend's house. Until next morning, the door was opened like that, and it was an invitation for a thief. A thief came there and lifted most of his things, but not really. So it's been, the room had been cleaned out completely. It was cleaned out, but not really exactly, because the thief had left behind one thing as a final insult. He left behind one thing there. Okay, one thing was left in the room itself. Remaining things were clean. What was that one thing? What was that, I asked. The doctor said, my vest, the dirty one. So you can imagine, you can remember the story. One black coat was there, white shirt, and not so white vest, his banyan. That fellow had such a sense of cleanliness. The rascal could have taken it and used it after washing it with soap and water. The thief could have taken that vest, my banyan also. But that fellow had a sense of cleanliness, it seems. He left my banyan there, and remaining things he had taken off. Did you see the snake the next day, doctor? Somebody is asking. The doctor laughed. I have never seen it since. Till now, I have never seen the snake. It was a snake which was taken with its own beauty. Okay? It was a snake which was taken with. Taken with means attracted. Attracted by its own beauty. Otherwise, if it was not attracted, then definitely I was in trouble. So it was a snake which was taken with its own beauty, and then I was saved from the danger. So this was the experience. So there ends the story. We don't know what happened after the things there, but this is a very humorous story written by Vaikam Muhammad Rashid, The Snake and the Mirror. Do you have such kind of experiences? I will ask you, okay? You can tell me. If you have such kind of experiences, please share with me. Close with your death. Danger was very close to you, but anyhow, you are saved. Okay, you are saved. So that's the thing. Only one thing is that it's a funny story, humorous story, but there is something to learn here. Whenever there are troubles, whenever you are in danger, don't panic. Okay, don't panic. Be brave. Be brave and face the situation. And whenever you got an opportunity, just try to come out from that situation. Okay, that's what you can learn from the story. I hope you enjoyed this, the snake and the mirror. Even the second, reading B and also reading C, are also very interesting, and that gives a lot of enjoyment for us. Okay, let's meet again in the next session.